carbohydrates, a staple that's the main source of energy to fuel all of us. But it turns out that in Singapore, it's also the food group that sees the most leftovers and wastage, whether we eat at home or dine out. So, what can be done to change this? I'm Isaac Henry, and I'm leading ordinary people on a zero-waste journey to pick up hacks on how to cut down food waste.
Got it! Zero waste cook-off start now!
And compete in a cooking competition.
Oh, baby.
To try and transform these into these.
I won't waste it.
I've been sent by the organization called Food from the Heart to do a bread run collection. It's basically a food rescue program for unsold bread. Just from this hotel alone, around 500 kilograms of bread is collected every month.
Volunteers collect unsold breads from bakeries all over Singapore and deliver them to care homes and food distribution centers.
This is a kilogram's worth of bread. If not for the bread run, 17,500 kilos of such perfectly edible bread will be disposed of every single month.
But it's not just breads. There are other common carbs that are also binned frequently.
A week ago, I asked our Cookoff contenders to set aside carbs they could not finish, like noodles, bread, and rice. How much wastage are we talking about? Let's find out.
Melissa is a stay-home mom with 4 children.
How do you go about feeding a mini army like that?
I call them my rats. They're constantly eating. Food is always on my mind. I try to cut down on things that are high in sugar and things that contain wheat.
Nice.
And then
I have a love-hate relationship with carbs. Carbs, when fully digested in the body, turns into sugar. They get things like rashes, or they become hyperactive, or some of them lose focus. But because they are growing kids, they need carbs.
I only need a cucumber.
Can't finish the rice, Okay, finish all the veggies there, okay? I will always tell them, if you really cannot finish your rice, it's okay to leave it. Just make sure you finish your meat, your veggies, and your fish.
Melissa shows me the damage so far in carbs wastage.
Well, that's not too bad for a week.
It's not a week, this is just from last night.
Does this happen often?
I would say every day. Throwing this away makes me feel very guilty. Well, I hope that I can learn more creative ways in repurposing all my leftover carbs to make fun dishes.
Our next zero-waste contender is Nigerian-Singaporean Benji. He's a man of many interests and a carbs lover. So I've packed a breakfast fit for champions.
Hey,
No, I mean, I've tried nasi lemak before, of course. But this one is different. I love carbs. I love carbs so much. It's the easiest thing to eat. At the same time, it fills your belly a lot faster.
And yet you're still a relatively skinny man.
I know, that's a problem.
I see that.
It's slowing down, right? My tummy somehow has an alarm system. So if I eat a certain level, I can't go further.
So, how much carbs does Benji waste exactly?
Happy New Year.
How many meals?
I think probably about 10 meals.
Have you ever asked for less rice though?
Wait, does it get cheaper if I actually ask for less?
No.
Okay.
This is a great question, but as to
Consequences.
exactly why do you think it doesn't cost lesser?
Yeah, it doesn't cost lesser.
Because it's so cheap.
How do we go about changing this mindset towards carbs? Urban farmer Ji Kin, who runs a special project, will help me to do just that.
Well, so is this where the action is happening?
Yeah, we got the babies ready.
This is so mushy.
This is a 10-meter square plot of land.
And you're gonna have to transplant some of these rice seedlings that we have in the 20 cm by 20 cm grid.
I've been through national service before. This does not. Woo! Whoa! Oh my God! It just goes really deep inside.
Before any transplanting can start, Melissa and Benji have to level the ground first.
1, 2, 3, go.
In order to ensure that all the seedlings get access to adequate amounts of water.
Just channel your inner buffalo. Okay, you're gonna do it gently and slowly.
Oh, gently and slowly. Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
So yeah, you guys doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, decent.
So how would you grow the rice in the 20 by 20 cm grid?
Why did you decide to start growing rice here?
The goal really is to show what's invisible, visible. Really showing people the effort, the time, the resources that actually goes into rice farming.
My side of the plot, the soil there were very hard. It was like concrete. I really couldn't dig a hole and put anything in.
Rice cultivation dates back at least 7,000 years. The seeds are first germinated for a week or two, then transplanted into the field. It takes 120 days to turn seedlings into a full harvest, and an average of 2,500 liters of water to grow 1 kilogram of rice. This is one very thirsty crop.
Your seedlings are leaning left, right, and
Yeah, every direction but the top.
this, a 10 square meter plot, is actually 0.1% of an actual rice field in terms of size.
0.1.
Do you guys know how much rice this would produce?
So in a 10 square meter plot like this,
Yeah.
you get 3 kilos of rice
3 kilos. Wow.
Wow.
in 120 days.
Planting rice is really hard. We were taught the word 粒粒皆辛苦. But it is only when I step into the muddy field and I try it for myself that I realize that it is really very hard.
Thank you, farmers. Thank you, everybody who has put food on my table. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the chef teaching us the new methods of how we can utilize waste carbs.
When rescued food finds its way into expert hands, it can be reborn. Growing up in Spain, Chef Jose has fond memories of all the dishes his grandmother used to make with leftovers.
We're gonna chop the bread, put some eggs, milk, whatever veggies you have around, and then just put it on the oven. 30 minutes, the dinner is ready.
Our zero-waste newbies are learning to make strata, a casserole that repurposes old bread with whatever you can find in the fridge.
Have you cracked eggs before in your life, Benji?
Is this how it is? Well, I'm not really the best at cooking, or I don't have a lot of knowledge in cooking. This is going to be a new step and a new direction for me.
You can use any bread that you want. Sliced bread, like French style, pretzel.
Can I even use gluten-free bread?
Absolutely. Instead of milk, you want to put the stock, or you want to put soy milk, coconut milk. It's totally up to you.
Chef Jose tackles leftover rice next.
We're a little bit tired of all the time doing egg fried rice. What we're gonna do, instead of egg fried rice, is rice croquettes.
Did you know that freezing leftover rice actually improves its nutritional value? The cooling process transforms the starch in the rice into resistant starch. Such rice is easier on the gut, releases sugar into the blood more slowly, and most importantly, contains only half the calories. Imagine eating, but only feeling half the guilt.
Back in the days, it's just like, oh, put it in a bin. Now it is put it in a pan and just add a little bit of and make a whole thing. So I think that's more valuable. Like you can actually reuse a lot of things. Yeah.
And it's very good.
Wow. And we did it so quickly.
It's not hard at all. I always think that karaoke is very hard to do, so I never attempted learning it.
But we're not done yet. It's my turn. I'm sharing pro tips for wet, spongy, leftover carbs, like kway teow, by making a Spanish omelette.
Any kind of soft carbs, when you add to this, it's just going to add so much more depth and volume. I'm going to start with potatoes and onions. Dump it all in.
After that, let the mixture sit for a bit. You can even leave it overnight in the fridge.
We do a lot of char kway teow at home, and then we will have a lot of leftovers. So, I think it's really going to be easy for me to do this dish because I just take the entire pot of my char kway teow with all my veggies inside, mixed with eggs, and
let it sit.
That's it.
Top up the sides with a little more fat, just to help it not stick to the pan. Are you ready?
Wow!
But just one more step before we're done.
See, the yolk is running all along the side. Now I'm gently going to push it back on the heat.
The egg mixture at the bottom of the pan still needs to cook for at least 10 minutes.
Use that muscle, Benji. Keep pressing, yeah?
That was a little bit of shake.
A little shaky, but good job. Ah, well done.
Wow. Oh my god, the strata is so good.
Really?
Woo! I like the strata very much. We eat a lot of gluten-free bread at home. Life gets really tasteless. Gluten-free bread is hard. So, having strata, having it soak in milk, in the sauce, make it a lot easier for them to eat and enjoy the bread.
My favorite, it has to be the Spanish omelette. Taste is just so different. It doesn't taste like it's something you created from waste food.
Looks like Melissa and Benji will no longer look at carbs the same way again. They'll have a lot to think about as their cook-off is coming up next.
Alright, so today I'm gonna make a strata for getting ready for the competition. These are all completely all leftovers. It is done. No, it's very, very watery. The bread is not soaked in well enough.
Okay, now we are going to attempt making karaoke using leftover rice and leftover porridge from yesterday. Our mixture is too wet. Too much moisture.
Okay, it looks like they need a lot more practice.
Open for business today, Zero Waste Kitchen. Chef Jose and I, we're very hungry, and we're also the judges to impress.
And if you look over there is rice and everything nice.
Your task is to create at least 2 carb dishes, 1 savory and 1 sweet. You have 90 minutes to use whatever you like. Are you ready?
Yes!
On your marks, get set, go!
arm taking rice.
Is it enough for all of us?
You're getting the whole thing.
Initially, when I heard that I need to do a savory dish and a sweet dish, I was a bit nervous because I never do sweet dish at home.
Melissa,
Hey,
it's a time challenge, yes?
Previously, our contestants were taught how to make savory dishes, not sweet ones. So they have to adapt and think on their feet. They'll be judged on creativity, appearance, taste, and amount of waste generated.
okay, I'm making a puff, a banana puff, so I'm using the bread instead of a puff pastry. Still, bread is a little bit dry, so it seems to be breaking up.
Maybe you should coat it in breadcrumbs.
Ah.
It's actually my first time cutting a red pepper. Based on the previous teachings that we did, the croquet was something that I really liked. It's not working!
You know we're here to help you, right?
I added another egg. Does it help?
No.
So it's currently being too thin. It's falling apart.
I think we should give you a tip. Use the carbs to thicken up.
And Chef Jose's recommendation? Stale bread that's upcycled into breadcrumbs.
This is gonna be a really nice balls.
Melissa, I think, is wasting much more than Benji, eh?
If you want to check Benji's weight so far, it's only about the peels of onions and garlic.
That's stressful.
Melissa has moved on to her savory dish. She's making beef rice burgers.
In order for me to make my burger look a little bit more interesting, I decided to use the black rice. I'm having problem with this.
You put the rice in the metal. So you put the metal, you put the rice,
Rice
and let
inside.
it fry. So it will hold the shape. Yeah, so then you will make it sexy.
For his dessert, Benji has something rather complex in mind.
For the dessert, I want her to do plantain to give a little bit of the African side to the dish, and also the baked potato and the cheese sauce and asparagus. When my mom makes food, she always like add plantain. It tastes so good.
Have you ever eaten asparagus before?
Yeah.
And you didn't peel it?
Oh, I thought this was.
Take it out. Take it out. Where it starts getting a bit thicker, that's where I would start peeling.
Guys, less than 10 minutes left, eh?
Less than 10 minutes?
Yeah, almost finishing.
Benji, just a reminder that the criteria is 1 sweet and 1 savory.
Yeah.
Benji's initial plan was to fry up the plantains and serve it as a side dish.
But I was so stressed out about the cheese sauce. I couldn't finish with the plantain, which is the most important thing.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up.
In a show of his mastery in making croquettes, Benji has made an extra large rice ball. Question is, where is his dessert?
This one is the savory.
And the sweet?
Sorry, this one is the sweet, this is the savory.
I know why you're confused, because we're both as well very much confused.
I do appreciate your effort because that you normally don't cook. You actually try to.
Very minimal waste here.
Thank you very much.
Melissa's offerings are inspired by something surprising: fast food.
My kids love burger, but I try to go as low gluten as possible. So using rice as an alternative works for us.
So it's a healthy take on the fast food chain that your kids they will love to eat. If this is the first time, I'm gonna eat a potato with cheese as a dessert.
To me, it's another savory dish.
I think he didn't pass the mark.
I agree. I don't think this passed the mark.
Should we try the croquettes? Look nice. It's like a rice salad. Needs a little bit of seasoning.
The crust on this is really nice. That surprised me. Yeah. I think the patty itself is a little bit salty.
It compensates for the lack of flavor of the rice.
Exactly. Bon appetit.
I would appreciate maybe some like chocolate chips inside.
She added cinnamon though.
Yeah.
Not bad. A bit oily.
But it is good.
Okay. I think we have a winner. Welcome back, guys.
Thank you.
We both have a winner in mind. Our winner for the Zero Waste Cook-Off is... Melissa!
Thank you. In old boring days, we just repeat eating the same over and over again, and everybody is really bored. The most valuable lessons I've learned is all I need is to be creative.
So I didn't actually try my own cooking, so I'm actually gonna give this a shot. Oh my god, it's actually really good. No matter what the waste, you can actually make something out of it. I can tell my friends I actually cooked.